What's up YouTube, Kristo here, and I finally got one of my reviews for you. Big one I've been wanting to do for a long time. I have a head-to-head. I've got the classic Caron pour un Homme versus Kilian, A Taste of Heaven. Now, definitely without a doubt, of all of my head-to-heads I've done, this is the one where I have the most people, or read or hear about the most people comparing them, even people who swear they smell identical, which is a very, very strong claim. So I'm really excited to do this one, been looking forward to it, hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. The specs first of all. Caron pour un Homme, this is an old classic fragrance. It does not smell dated either. Okay, that's one thing that kind of threw me about the comparisons, like 1934, it's got to smell dated and old manish. It doesn't. 1934, Parfumé Ernest Deltroff. Not too familiar with him, but he did this. Also, I should mention it is a EDT for men. I do think it would work in a unisex environment. I think a woman would wear this. I think, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend could share it, you know, significant others could share it, that kind of thing. Don't think there's anything particularly masculine or feminine about it. Taste of Heaven, much newer, 2007, Kilian Becker. This is marketed as a unisex fragrance and it is an EDP. And again, I do agree that this is unisex. I think both of them would work well in a unisex environment. Similar notes. Now for this one, it's interesting because there's only two similar notes, but that is basically all that is in Caron pour un Homme. So Caron pour un Homme and Taste of Heaven both have lavender and vanilla, but Caron pour un Homme only has lavender, vanilla, and musk. So this is a pretty minimal fragrance. Size. Now for Caron pour un Homme there are many different sizes. They go from really small to really big. But I'm going to use the average bottle size that I concluded, which is 125 mil. From what I've seen, that's for the most part what most people buy, or most retailers stock the most of, or online sellers have the most of in stock. So I'm going to say 125 mil is the average size for Caron pour un Homme. Kilian, smaller, you're looking 50 mil. These are pretty standard sizes for Kilian. 50 mil for the standard. You can get a travel size that's a bit smaller. You can get refills that are bigger. You can get 100 mil refills. You can even get a massive 1 liter cask. But in terms of actual bottle sizes like this, you're looking at only one. Now for value, the first group, the first head-to-head category, massive right there. 3 check marks I gave it. Caron pour un Homme. If you're looking at the average bottle size, 125 mil, you're looking at only 20 to 25, maybe 30 cents per mil. This is really, really well priced. Kilian, on the other hand, if you're looking at the average 50 mil bottle, you're looking nearly $5 per mil. That is a huge difference, 20 to 25 cents to nearly $5. Now, to be fair to Kilian, if you do buy the 100 mil refill, it is a lot lower. You're looking $2, a little bit less than $2 perhaps, but you don't get the cask, obviously. You don't get the coffin, obviously, and you don't get the bottle to refill. You have to put it in your own atomizer, which isn't that big of a deal. So let's get into presentation. Now, this one, yeah, you know who it's going to. It's going to Kilian. Beautiful bottle. I love it. There's just attention to detail everywhere. I love the silver plaque with the engraving. You've got the K on the bottle. You've got really nice relief on the side here. Then you look at the coffin that it comes in. Massive coffin, big K on the front. Open it up and it's got like a velvet or satin inlay, so your bottle can sleep in there, and it actually has a functioning key. On top of that, you get a little booklet nicely tied up with a little ribbon talking about Kilian and Kilian's fragrances. You get a dust cover with the Kilian K, and on top of that you can put it in a big, massive box. So that is obviously why this is such an expensive fragrance. You're paying for a lot of packaging there. Caron, I still like it. I still like it a lot. You've got the simple bottle, very nice lines on it. I like this. I like how the label goes down the middle. I like the green juice, how it gets to be shown off, whereas the Kilian, you don't really see it. I like the octagonal cap and the box as well. I do like. I like the white with the light pinstriping. I like the green leather that almost looks reptilian. I like the bottle, I like the box, but the Kilian is just so much. If you're a collector and you want something awesome on your shelf, that's perfect. I can definitely see people who are put off by Kilian, you know, that it's a bit gaudy or ostentatious, and I kind of understand that, but yeah, I still think it wins. Now, Originality, no question. It predates it by nearly 100 years, and I don't want to get too much into the similarities yet, but I think for how well known and how classic that is, the perfume behind A Taste of Heaven must have known that. There must have been some kind of thought of Caron pour un homme. Perhaps this is like a modern homage to pour un homme. I don't know. Okay, casual use, yeah, again, I'm taking this. For the price and for what it does, I think this is really fantastic. I use a lot of this just out of the shower before I go to bed, or if I'm just bumming around the house. For how soft and simple and modestly priced it is, I think this is wonderful for casual use. Taste of Heaven, it's just too heavy, it's too sweet, and mostly it's just too darn expensive just to spray on before I go to bed. I'm just not gonna get the benefit of it. I'm not gonna, you know, be able to enjoy how much money I'm spraying on myself just to go to sleep. No, formal, yeah, you know what it's gonna be. Taste of Heaven, for sure. It's classy, it's dark, it's heavy, it's got a bit of sweetness to it. I think this would be perfect for a formal occasion, without a doubt, whether you're going to a nice dinner or you're doing, you know, some kind of business, board meeting, job interview. I think this would be great. Date, well, I'll keep it in my hand. 3 check marks I gave for this. And this, again, this could be perfect for unisex, male or female. And no matter what gender you're trying to attract, I think this would work really well. Like I mentioned before, it's dark, it's sexy, it's sweet, it's heavy. I think this would be really perfect for a date scent as well. Like if you really want to wow your date, without a doubt, that would be way better than Caron pour un homme. I think Caron pour un homme is just a bit too simple, a bit too mellow to wear on a date. That's my opinion. Availability. Now this is a hard one because in Indonesia, and I think in Southeast Asia in general, neither of these are very available. I had to get both of them shipped in from abroad. And after doing a lot of research and, you know, a lot of debating, I did come to the conclusion that it is Caron pour un homme that is more available. If you're looking for something that you can get easily, you just want to, you know, look up online or go to a department store and grab, you're probably going to be able to get this easier. Now, if you live in a major city in Europe, North America, I guarantee you can walk into numerous high-end department stores and get this over the counter. Kilian is very, very accessible for a major, for a high-end niche fragrance house. They're very easily accessible. You can buy them at numerous sites online, loads of department stores all over. Caron, not quite as much. If you're in Asia, most of Asia, Africa, South America, yeah, they both might be difficult. But I think Caron's a little easier to get a hold of. Now the big one, overall. What one am I taking overall? You know, I had to look at a few different aspects here. You know, I did have to look at the price versus size, but I did have to look at, you know, just how much I loved it. And after a lot of debate, I did say I'm gonna take Taste of Heaven. Because I think for what this does, and why I wear this, and I wear this, like I mentioned, formal or date, That's why I like this, and that's why I wear it. And I don't think that would substitute for this. Or I should say, I don't think this would substitute for that. If you're looking for nice, mellow, relaxing lavender, and lavender is a very soothing and calming and relaxing note, this is perfect, okay? There's no need to go out and buy Taste of Heaven if you just want some kind of soft lavender fragrance. If you want something dark, sexy, and sweet, there's no substitute. There's no other lavender, wormwood, absinthe fragrance that I think that'll do quite what this does. I do think Kilians are a bit overpriced. I do think a lot of them are kind of overhyped, and just because I think they're so accessible, everyone kind of knows Kilian, everyone knows the name, everyone has samples, everyone gets free samples from him. When you buy niche fragrances from your friends abroad, or even in the same country, everyone sends Kilian samples. So I think for what it does, without a doubt, I love the booziness, which I haven't even mentioned yet. I love the wormwood, the absinthe note in Taste of Heaven. I think it's really fantastic. I know there's going to be a lot of people who totally disagree with me. There are a lot of die-hard fans out there for this, people who go absolutely crazy for it. And you know what? This is a really fantastic fragrance, but for what I want, Taste of Heaven does it better. There you go, guys. I really want to know your feedback. What do you think? What would you take head to head? I'd be interested to hear. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you again in the future.